Start with prayer and reflection. The beginning of your day is a sacred moment, a quiet space before the rush of life begins. It is an opportunity to reconnect with Creator and realign your heart and mind with His will. As you open your eyes, don't let the demands of the world immediately take over your thoughts. Take a moment, even if it's just a few seconds, to acknowledge the gift of another day. Acknowledge that you have been blessed with the opportunity to live, to move, and to breathe. In this stillness, begin by offering a simple prayer. Speak from your heart without the need for elaborate words or complicated phrases. God hears you not because of your eloquence, but because of your sincerity. Thank Him for the life He has given you, for the breath in your lungs, and for the chance to live another day. Thank Him for the blessings you often take for granted: your health, your family, your home, the small moments of peace that you might overlook. Prayer is not only about asking for help or guidance. It is about acknowledging God's presence in your life and inviting Him to be a part of your day. It is about humbling yourself before Him, knowing that without His guidance, we are lost. Begin by surrendering your day to Him. Ask for His presence to surround you, His wisdom to guide you, and His strength to carry you through whatever comes your way. In this moment, you are opening yourself to His divine influence, allowing Him to lead your steps. After your prayer, take a moment to reflect. Reflection is the key to understanding where you are in your spiritual journey and what God may be trying to teach you. As you sit in the quiet, think about where you are in life and where you want to be. Reflect on the challenges you have faced and the lessons you have learned. Think about the areas in your life that need improvement and ask God to reveal His purpose for those situations. Reflection allows you to see things from a new perspective. It gives you clarity and peace, knowing that with God's guidance, you can face anything. In your reflection, also consider the blessings that God has given you, both large and small. When you focus on gratitude, your heart becomes open to receive more from Him. It shifts your mindset from a place of lack to one of abundance. When you reflect on His goodness, your spirit is nourished and your faith is strengthened. It is in these moments of stillness that God can speak to your heart, revealing His plans for you and reassuring you of His love. As you reflect, allow yourself to be still and listen. Sometimes, in the business of life, we forget to listen to God. But in these quiet moments of reflection, His voice is clearer. His direction is easier to discern. By starting your day with prayer and reflection, you invite peace, clarity, and divine purpose into your life, setting the tone for the day ahead. Ask for wisdom. Each day brings with it a set of challenges, decisions, and paths that we must navigate. No matter how much we plan, we cannot foresee everything that will come our way. Life is filled with uncertainty, and often the right course of action is not immediately clear. This is why, in the quiet of the morning, before we step into the complexities of the day, it is essential to ask God for wisdom. Wisdom is not something that comes naturally or automatically. It is a gift that must be sought after, and it is something that God is eager to give to those who ask with a sincere heart. Asking for wisdom begins with recognizing that you do not have all the answers. It requires humility, the understanding that despite our best efforts, our limited knowledge and understanding cannot guide us through the day's complexities. We need God's insight, His divine perspective, to help us make choices that align with His will. Asking for wisdom means acknowledging our dependence on Him. It is a recognition that His ways are higher than our ways, and that in order to walk according to His plan, we must rely on His understanding. When you ask for wisdom, it is not a request for a solution to every problem, but rather a desire for the clarity to discern the right path. Wisdom is not just about making the right decision in a moment of crisis, but about having the discernment to understand what truly matters. It is the ability to see beyond the surface, to understand the deeper truths that are often hidden. By asking for wisdom, you are asking God to help you see things from His perspective, helping you to make decisions that honor Him, reflect His love, and bring peace into your life. In your prayer, invite God to help you navigate the difficulties of your day with understanding and insight. Ask for the wisdom to deal with your relationships, whether with family, friends, or co-workers, in a way that fosters respect, compassion, and understanding. Request the wisdom to handle your responsibilities with diligence, to make decisions that honor Him in your work and personal life. There may be moments throughout your day when you feel overwhelmed or unsure, but in those times, the wisdom you have asked for will guide your thoughts and actions, reminding you of what is truly important. It is important to remember that wisdom often comes slowly, and it may not appear in the way you expect. Sometimes it is found in the quiet moments of reflection or in the counsel of others. At other times, it comes through Scripture or in the still, the small voice of God speaking to your heart. When you ask for wisdom, you are not only seeking knowledge, but also positioning yourself to be open to God's guidance, whatever form it may take. Wisdom is a process, and as you ask for it daily, you will begin to see it unfold in your life, helping you make better choices and navigate the complexities of life with grace and clarity. Trust in God's timing and plan. Life is filled with uncertainty, and it's easy to become frustrated when things don't happen according to our timeline. We often make plans, set goals, and envision how our lives should unfold. But sometimes things don't go the way we expect. It is in these moments of uncertainty, when things seem out of our control, that we are called to trust in God's perfect timing and plan. Trusting God means surrendering our own ideas and accepting that His way is always better than our own. God's timing is not like our timing. We live in a world that values immediacy, where we expect things to happen quickly and according to our own desires. Yet, God's timing is divine, and it unfolds in ways that we may not always understand. Trusting in His timing requires patience and faith. It means letting go of our need for control and allowing God to lead us in the right direction at the right time. When we learn to trust in His timing, we open ourselves to the peace that comes with knowing that everything is happening exactly as it is meant to. At times, it can be difficult to understand why certain things happen when they do. You may find yourself wondering why your prayers are not being answered, or why certain doors are closed while others remain shut. But trust in God's plan requires the belief that He sees the bigger picture even when we cannot. He knows what lies ahead, and He understands what we need long before we do. His plan for our lives is not limited to our current circumstances. It stretches far beyond what we can see. Trusting in God's plan means understanding that He is preparing us for something greater, even when it seems like we are waiting or struggling. It is also important to recognize that God's plan is always for our good, even when it doesn't feel that way. Life is filled with challenges and trials, and it's easy to question why we face difficulties. However, trusting in God's plan means knowing that He uses even the most difficult circumstances to shape us, grow us, and draw us closer to Him. What may seem like a setback or disappointment in the moment is often a step towards something greater, a part of the journey that we need to go through to reach the next stage of our lives. Trusting in God's timing and plan requires surrender and faith. It means letting go of the anxiety and fear that comes from trying to control our own destiny. It means embracing the unknown and having confidence that God is guiding our steps. When we trust in His plan, we find freedom from worry, knowing that He is with us every step of the way. His plan is always perfect, and His timing is always right. Even in the moments of waiting and uncertainty, we can trust that God is working behind the scenes for our good. Commit the day to God. As you begin your day, take a moment to acknowledge that it is not yours alone. The day ahead, with all its tasks, challenges, and opportunities, is a gift. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we control the events of the day, that we are the ones driving our actions. But when we commit our day to God, we recognize that He is the ultimate guide, and that He holds the key to our plans, our successes, and our struggles. To commit the day to God is to invite Him into every moment. It is an intentional decision to surrender your thoughts, your actions, and your goals to His will. This doesn't mean we stop working or striving. Rather, it means that we allow God to take the lead trusting that His wisdom will guide us through whatever the day brings. As you commit your day to Him, you are acknowledging that you cannot do it on your own, that you need His help, His grace, and His strength to navigate the challenges ahead. Start by offering your intentions to God. Take time to reflect on what the day holds. You might have meetings, tasks, errands, or personal goals, but place them in God's hands. Ask Him to guide your decisions, to give you the strength to face the difficulties, and the wisdom to make choices that honor Him. Every task, no matter how small or large, can be done with God's help. By committing the day to God, you are inviting His presence into your work, your relationships, and your interactions, knowing that with His guidance, you will accomplish what He has set before you. Commitment to God means seeking His will in everything you do. In every decision you asked, what does God want for me today? How can I reflect His love in my actions? This commitment isn't just about asking for help in difficult moments. It's about consistently turning to God throughout the day. Whether you are interacting with colleagues, spending time with family, or even running errands, every moment can be an opportunity to show His love and be led by His Spirit. When you commit the day to God, you allow Him to take what could feel like mundane tasks and turn them into meaningful moments that reflect His grace and purpose. Furthermore, committing the day to God requires a trust that He is in control. No matter how the day unfolds, you trust that God is working through every circumstance. When things don't go as planned, or when challenges arise, you hold on to the belief that He is with you. You trust that His plan is perfect, even if you don't understand why certain things are happening. By surrendering your day to God, you are freeing yourself from the burden of trying to control every aspect of your life and allowing Him to take the lead. This is an act of faith, one that reflects your trust in His wisdom, His timing, and His love. To commit the day to God is to begin with the awareness that He is with you every step of the way. From the moment you wake up to the moment you lay your head down to rest, God's presence surrounds you. He is in every conversation, in every challenge, in every success, and in every moment of peace. When you commit your day to Him, you create space for Him to work in your life, shaping you, guiding you, and drawing you closer to His will.